Alright, we're here at Manzil Way, but I think we all know the man's not ill, it's just false positives. We've still got the one-way systems going on. We don't know if anyone's observing them. There's another one-way sign there on the pavement. The shops are there, there's a busy road. And what's this? We've got a monstrosity on the road now. These light orange tentacles that you see here are not the reach of the World Economic Forum or the World Health Organization. That's sort of based on a road map of Oxford, and this little Google location sign here tells us roughly where we are on the map and takes us in there. But if we look closer at this nonsense, it's already falling apart after a couple of days, so these people need to reboot and retrain and reskill. If we look really closely, we've got little messages written along the road map area, or the tentacle area. Thank you for your care, carers, and please remember your own care too. Yes, indeed. Oh, let me tell you what it says. First of all, Oxford, we're interconnected, so that's good so far. We are all interconnected, and what we do depends on one another. And if we all say, for example, to believe utter rubbish and sleepwalk into totalitarian nightmare, it would affect all of us. So then we will look a little bit further on, and it says, please mask up and keep your community safe. Now, I think they've spelt wake up wrong there, because looking at that, to me, and looking at recent studies from the CDC, it looks like people who wear masks are more inclined to catch COVID. But let's have a look at what else they said on here. I really appreciate the kind, thorough and professional paramedics who probably had to come to your house because you didn't show up at hospital because the fear from the media had meant you didn't feel able to go to hospital without catching a lethal disease. Bottlemass close allotments made sure it was still safe to dig. I thought it said die then for a minute. Water and chat at a distance. Oh yeah, everyone always wants to chat at a distance. That's really helpful to people. I'm so grateful to folk like the bin man and the delivery drivers. Yeah, well, they managed to survive the pandemic just going about their business, whilst the rest of you watch Netflix. Thanks for the surprise birthday Zoom. I've never heard anything so bleak in all my days. My neighbours have really helped each other out. Well, that's good, I suppose. Thanks to Catherine and Angie for their relentless work in urgent care. I'm grateful to the kind words of encouragement when we closed and the support when we reopened. So that would be completely redundant if we hadn't closed in the first place, like Sweden that everybody's ignoring. The shelter and support of my family has been so welcome. I don't know what to say about that because so many people are committing suicide. My teacher helped me and my friends. Did they though? They've got you wearing a mask in school. The best thing that happened on our street was our street becoming a community. You have to commune in order to be a community. Like if you're all at 2 meters apart or like speaking from miles away, I don't know if that works, but I suppose it did happen a little bit. I'm grateful for the support I got when I was scared of losing work. Well, you must have been one of the lucky ones if you didn't actually lose your work. I saw so much kindness in the community during the lockdown. I saw lots of little Nazis running about, little Hitlers, telling each other to wear masks and reporting on each other, snitching and calling like government phone lines to tell tales on one another. I've become grateful for small mercies. Well, that's all you've got left, mate. Thank you, Anne, for the milk and beer. Yeah, because alcohol abuse has gone up in this time. That's going to do well. Mind you, it doesn't sound like a very good drink, milk and beer. Thank you to the students who brought my mum and dad some flowers and probably left it on the step and never spoke to them in person. Great to keep connected and build it. That one nearly makes me vomit. Great to keep connected and build a truly social future. I don't know if people really think this is a social future, everyone hiding behind their masks and keeping 2 meters apart and not being able to do routine things like go to communal gatherings like at a restaurant or a pub or to a sporting event. Cheers sis for the baked pies, that one says. I love the surprise tomato plant on my doorstep. Well, there's a few more surprises that are going to be in store if this nonsense carries on. Thank you to my neighbour for their kind support when my cat died. Yeah, I just don't know that everybody has had that kind of support when their relatives have been died. I've been hearing about paramedics in London firemen it was, the only call-outs they were getting were to break into houses where old people had died alone. So I'm glad that you got support when your cat died. Shout out to the nurses, carers and doctors whose hospitals were shut down to the vast majority of patients and continue to be so. So the government, the UK government itself said a few months back that up to 200,000 people would die because they're not getting the treatment they'd need. Thank you for Premier Lettings for help and being so compassionate. Yeah, we're not unlike other people who got evicted. Thank you to all of the mutual aid volunteers. I don't know anything about them. Anyway, you get the idea. They're trying to propagandize us into thinking we need to mask up and keep our community safe, which is exactly the opposite of what you keep you safe. And this has got quite a wide reach. You see lots of people going past it. This is one of the busier roads into Oxford, outside of the ring road. So lots of people are going to be seeing this nonsense. I don't know who's paid for it, but we can give. In fact, I can tell you who collaborated on it. These two people here. These are the collaborators responsible for it. But thankfully, it doesn't really need graffitiing because it's already falling apart up here. But anyway, forgive them. They know not what they do. See you later.